All right, so today's class we're looking at volume of prisms. We're looking at rectangular prisms today, triangular prisms, and then we're also going to look at calculating the volume of cylinders. So we just finished watching these two videos on volume. Volume, it's the amount of space that an object occupies. Like the video showed, it's a three-dimensional measurement. So here, if we have a cube, if it's 1 centimeter wide, 1 centimeter long, and 1 centimeter high, we would say that is 1 centimeter cubed, and it's shown like this. All right, so when we were looking at area, it was squared with the little 2. Now it's cubed with that little 3 as that superscript. All right, similarly, if the measurement was meters, if it was 1 meter in width, 1 meter in length, and 1 meter in height, then we would say that cube was 1 meters cubed. All right, so here we have this object here. If you count all of those cubes, we would have 8 centimeters cubed. Same here. You can count the cubes, or you can even look at the dimensions here. 3 centimeters here, 2 centimeters here, and then 3 centimeters here for its height. And 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18, so we have 18 centimeters cubed. We could have done that here as well. It's 4 centimeters by 1 centimeter by 2 centimeters. 4 times 1 times 2, which gives us 8 centimeters cubed. All right, so we can figure out the volume of any prism by multiplying the area of the base, which is shown by capital B, by the height. So we can figure out the volume of any prism by calculating area of the base multiplied by height. All right, so that capital B is the area of the base. So let's take a look at rectangular prisms, square prisms, and cubes. All right, so we got a cube here, a square prism, and we have a rectangular prism. Notice for a square prism, the bases are squares. For a rectangular prism, the bases are rectangles. All right, so any like rectangular solid, if we're trying to find the volume of it, we just need the formula here, which is the area of the base multiplied by the height. So we know the area of the base of a rectangle is its length times width. That's the area of its base. And then we just have to multiply it by its height. So that just becomes its length times width times the height. So in this case, that would be 8 meters for length, 5 meters is the width, and then 6 meters is the height. Okay, and just multiply that out. 8 times 5 times 6, which gives me 240. And our units are meters cubed. Okay, again, make sure you're using cubed for volume because we are looking at a three-dimensional object. All right, so here again, volume is going to be area of the base. Area of the base is length times width, and then we'll multiply by height. So here, our length is 7 centimeters, our width is 5 centimeters, and then our height is shown here as 3 centimeters. Okay, so 7 times 5 times 3, which is 105. And this time our unit is centimeters cubed. Okay, so next, how do we calculate the volume of triangular prisms? So again, our volume is area of the base multiplied by height. Our bases are triangles. All right, so does anybody remember the area of a triangle? All right, so here is the formula then. 0.5 AB represents the area of the base, which is the triangle, and then we have to multiply that by the height. All right, so let's substitute in all our values. So 0.5, the altitude of our triangle is 4, that's our height. And the base of our triangle is this part here, which is 12. And then the height of our prism here is 5. All right, and we just have to put that into our calculator. It's all multiplication. 0.5 times 4 times 12 times 5, and that gives me 120. There's no units given here, so anytime there's no units, but we are calculating volume, you would just write down units cubed. All right, I'm going to leave this one for you guys to try. Okay, so when we're looking at this triangular prism, one sec. Okay, so we have our formula here. This is the area of the base. Then we're going to multiply by height. So our base is a triangle, which is why I have this here. So 0.5, the altitude of our triangle is 5. The base of the triangle is 12. And then the height of our prism is 7. All right, so we would multiply that all out, 0.5 times 5 times 12 times 7, and that gives me 210. And our units are as meters, meters times meters times meters, so meters cubed for volume. Okay, so we have one more example here of a triangular prism. The volume is 0.5 AB, and then we're multiplying it by the height of the prism. So 0.5, the altitude of our triangle is 8. The base is 20 centimeters, and the height of our prism is 10. And then we just multiply that out, so 0.5 times 8 times 20 times 10, which gives me 800. All right, and our units are centimeters, so therefore centimeters cubed. So next we are going to look at cylinders, calculating the volume of cylinders. So we'll start by watching this quick video, calculating the volume of this prism. So again, our formula stays the same. It's still volume equals area of the base multiplied by height. So this time, our area of our base, our base is a circle. So the formula for that area of a circle, remember, is pi r squared, and then we would multiply by height. Okay, so r stands for radius, pi, we're using 3.14, and just remember r squared, that means r times r. So in this example then, I'm just going to substitute 3.14 for pi. Our radius is given to us here, it's 5 meters. Just remember, r squared means 5 times 5. And then the height of our cylinder is given to us as 9. All right, and then we just have to multiply that out. 3.14 times 5 times 5 times 9. All right, so just put that into your calculators, and you should get 706.5 meters cubed. So again, keep in mind, r squared means r times r. Okay, so volume is equal to, for pi, I'm going to put 3.14. Our radius is 8, but it's 8 times 8. And then our height is 12 centimeters. Okay, So just multiply that out, 3.14 times 8 times 8 times 12, and you should get 2,411.52, and it's centimeters cubed. Okay, last one, we can do this one together. So it's still a cylinder, it's just laying on the side, but the base is still a circle. So pi r squared, and then multiplied by height. All right, so pi, we're just going to use 3.14. Our radius is 3.5, and that's squared. That means 3.5 times 3.5. And then our height of this is 13. All right, so we would just put that into the calculator. And I get 500.045 meters cubed. All right, so I'm going to pause it here